Django Fett on the job.
What's up, guys? I'm Django Fett, hunting down games, comics, TV shows, movies, and more. And today I'm doing a review on Knights of the Old Republic Omnibus Volume 3. Now, this review contains spoilers for Volume 1 and 2, but none for this volume. Volume 3, there's just a little bit of spoilers, but not too many. I recommend you watch my previous reviews on Omnibus Volume 1 and Volume 2, then come back here and watch this video. You can check down below for the links for the videos and just watch those videos and then come back here. And at the end of these videos, I always show a comic book cover slideshow with all the comic issues contained in this book, instead of me saying them just at random times. I will split this review in several sections to be concise and organized. The sections are story, characters, tone, artwork, and lastly, my thoughts of this omnibus. So let's start. What is the story like in Knights of the Old Republic, aka KOTOR, which I'll be using that acronym from now on, Volume 3 like? It's honestly very boring. Continuing the adventures of Zayne and Griff and company, including Jeriel, Roland, and Slisk, and others along the way. After KOTOR Volume 2, this is where the story falls off the map for the worst, and tries to be intriguing, but ends up being a little complicated and honestly very flat. The overall plot with the Crucible group is boring and uninteresting at best, and the small-time villains only help to detract the story many times. Though there are a few issues I really enjoyed, like when Zayne tries to find out the murder of an entire ship crew, how Revan attained his mask, and how Malik truly feels about the Mandalorians. These were fantastic, but other than that, everything else, it was honestly very boring. Also, the war chapter didn't help either and was the worst part of this series. Pitting Zayne against rogue Jedi who have joined the Mandalorians is honestly not very exciting when you read it, and it's extremely boring. Now, the characters Zayne and Griff are okay in this volume, which is crazy because they were amazing in Volumes 1 and 2, but have very few interactions with one another in this book, and that's a shame because they're my favorite duo in Star Wars. Sorry, but I have to say that. Jeriel is really cool and the general focus in this series because of her mysterious past, and Roland is just a quiet Mandalorian and very off, and you will find out what's up with him in the story. Malik seems to grow darker and darker and more evil towards his intentions to stop the Mandalorians, which is really cool to see. And definitely sets up his character towards the video game. The tone, however, is very serious for the most part and hardly diverges from that. The past two volumes had a good sense of humor and seriousness, but it worked. But in this omnibus, however, it has a very serious tone for this whole book. The funny moments with Zayne and Griff are all but a thing of the past, and it just feels wasted that there isn't any more humorous and funny moments any longer. Out of all the Star Wars series out there, this series thrived on humor, and Star Wars is not known for having much humor at all. So the serious tone for most of the book just doesn't seem right in my opinion. Now, the artwork is honestly a mixed bag of several artists. Some works and some doesn't. Brian Ching's artwork, when featured, works impeccably well, as always, with characters and the environments looking absolutely gorgeous. Dean Zachary's artwork for one issue, when Zayne tries to uncover the death of a ship, emitted a very cool horror tone, which really works. Everyone else's artwork, not so much. I did not like Bong Dazo or Andrea Moody. Bong Dazo, I didn't like it. It's ugly and unappealing. And when drawing Zayne, he looks like he's a 30-year-old, 7-foot-tall, 250-pound bulldozer of a man. He looks like a straight-up like bodybuilder. I mean, Zayne's a small dude. Andrea Moody did artwork for the war issues, and yeah, it's just not appealing and not exciting to look at. The artwork is just 50-50 in this omnibus. Finally, I want to give my thoughts of this omnibus and then give my review score at the end. Alright, this is how I feel. The first two omnibus volumes were absolutely fantastic, but Volume 3 was a complete 180. It was honestly a chore to read and with a boring story that felt like filler till the ending, and then ending again with the war chapter snooze fest. And even the characters that we loved felt alien and different from the last two volumes. It felt like they vanished and became those Jedi drones that we have grown to become accustomed with in the Star Wars universe. There is a reason why this series is unique and special to me. This series series is so unique because it has characters that are human and you feel for. They're each very different from one another and are dynamic, and you grow a connection and you absolutely love and feel for these characters and feel like these characters are your friends, much like I felt with the video game Knights of the Old Republic. Now, if this volume really focused on characters rather than the story, I really think this volume could have been really successful. I really do. And Ward just ditched the characters and really only focused on 1 to 3 characters. I want to see the whole crew, much like the video game. But despite the story's many flaws, there were a few really good stories sprinkled in this volume. Masks, how Revan got his mask, Faithful Execution, where Zayne tries to solve a murder, and the KOTOR series ending. Not counting war, not at all. And now, the final score of this omnibus, and have to give it a 3 out of 5. Despite all of its problems, it's still Knights of the Old Republic. And I'm trying to be fair to this volume at this point, and like some things they were doing with this volume, excluding war, and just to complete my Knights of the Old Republic omnibus collection. But don't go into this book and expect great storytelling and great characters, much like volumes 1 and 2. You'll be severely disappointed, and please don't just buy this book, buy volumes 1 and 2 before this one. So that's my review, and as always, I like to end this comic review with a comic book cover slideshow of what's contained in this omnibus. And guys, I'm actually doing a lot of Star Wars Battlefront 2 and other video games as well, so if you want to check that out, please do. And please don't forget to like and comment my video, and please subscribe to my channel, Django Fett. You can also follow me on Twitter as well, and enjoy the slideshow.